say, many sure because next year. Because it's renewal of their mind, your attitude, no, or your key advocate. Yeah, I'm surprised. Ultimately, yes,
or preach mindset.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Transformation.
Because your idea won't say by 5:30, I was saying the headline. Me phone so. It's both phones, you know. Is it all those saying, you know, me the email to so me commercializing my phone. Newspaper headlines are by me, you know, my commercializing. Lara, aqua, vichapa. Damiadom, page away in the order, Damiadom, be come. Edwin to say,
sorry.
More break and I'm one break cry. I'm saying so bad, I cannot eat me, yeah.
Oh, you're a break, Accra.
Okay.
We like to keep it open.
Okay. Maybe I to me see.
Yeah.
Can come. Avishapa ya konso.
Medase.
No, what's your way?
Oh yes.
So now, what my main
Oh, sorry.
Hey, so now we're 48. It's a news, but so I won't.
Know about.
No, we see a report.
Chum, me can't just say me about because say me go gastric the and I'm say go chum cry there. Oh, nice. I see. What's your money?
Oh, very well.
Okay.
In fact, like I said, Elvis and Larry there. Me wouldn't be a friend. He's my flamboyant friend.
Oh, okay.
He's my only flamboyant brother. On swagger or do rather, I quite be big a crab. You see, with that flamboyance, you know, I'm a penas and mama.
So no. No. Why I know say no brother down tremble.
Yes.
What damo NDC and
that is what these young ministers, deputy ministers, those who have the privilege to serve should know, sir, on my positions in your own better, right? And I'm happy, sir, we'll be talking about a year in review and we'll touch on this DPP thing that has brought problem and told hardship to people. And now, obi koye on one investment or your investment or send a bar school fees or kwako ji pay kakra kwako tria. Almost in this kind of just said 2027. So when you're making policies and you don't engage stakeholders, you are so intransigent, you don't respect your colleague ministers. And I'm talking this is about the finance minister. Because we have cited latest Attorney General, advisor, or the finance ministry, someone train, engage stakeholders. And sana ma yes the EPP. But so one way. And oh yeah. So see how kind na make Larry there. Yeah, no bium there. Masa we have our swag, whether you like it or yes. We have our swag and we speak our mind. And coming next year, listen, that resilient spirit is what we are going to let people know, sir. You see, what is of importance to us is Mother Ghana. And then we are talking about a mother of 3. She's made Ghana proud. Anna.
Yeah, Ifua Asantua.
Yes. Apart from the self-gratification, to unknown the family, we say no. She's brought some corporate identity, monumentally, to Ghana. Today, Ghana, all over, it's been reported offering South Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a resilience. So this is what I'll do. At a point in time, media na minimum say be kura akoso. Ya o ma me wudi aneze. But news na mate sem penifo. You see, with that resilience, she'll be able to drive the traffic to that place. So that is a resilience. In the wake of COVID, a free COVID, our leaders, not only, it's not limited to political leadership, institutions, departments. What has been the level of resilience? Odiabua amagana mpuntu. Your office, then Ediabua will be. And then when you go to National Insurance, NIA identification,
Identification.
Nkrofua to Kwaya Bagana, more person register. now munya Ghana card. Go and see. Go to the office and see.
NIA.
I am telling you that Dex now ma creating no. In fact, long queue, so you are making it fertile for people to engage in this racketeering. So the money, I say, back government honor is going to these Goro boys. So can't you set up more decks?
And that's supposed to be a premium service that you pay.
Yes, so
almost
set up more decks.
Then they need to expand.
Absolutely.
They are charging premium fees.
So
almost 300 Ghana, 250 Ghana.
How well are you contributing in building this country? Oh, you can't almost say politicians. No, it's not only politicians. So where the proper requirement on say issues nangasaba.
Yeah.
Hona where the my only flamboyant friend. Larry, I say smoke swabber.
Larry will be had from just briefly. Then they said Andy.
I mean, first of all, Mitia Elvis and they can come, and Mima can come. So Yako, okay. I mean, these are someone also, and then you see how what stuff can come is made up of. He will come. Count on him. And say, then I say, we can only sympathize with him and wish him the best of strength. The other day, you called Jachi, I could see any papa.
Your dad is late.
Yes. It's about 10 years now. 27 June. Yeah.
It was because after the initial burial, everything became way bobo all through. You know, and
I'm going to confirm beside the one I can tell my
so I mean, Charlie, you have our support. Why?
Thank you.
Whatever it takes, we'll be with you.
That will be us.
We'll be with you
for the concern.
But Elvis, a while ago, we Keta.
Oh yeah, I was in Keta 3 days ago.
Oh okay.
Yeah, I went to Keta. I went through Way. I went to all those places.
Okay, you don't partly from that area.
Yeah, the places. In fact, we are say Akufo to say discuss so comedy. Omahini. Sika de so. Udu Keta pa na hwe say na beach near so clean. Now beside one say Ghana were beaches from Keta to Azim.
Yeah.
And we cannot convert this into money. Now Caribbean, our mind or Caribbean, are the holiday destination of all the people who matter in the world. And so now they are free for Ghana from Azim to Keta.
Free money.
And yet to me converted these beaches into huge revenue generation. Now to my owner, the Adrian hands about to go now Galamsey there. Now they say you were quite because baby as can be fear by easy pano air tourism. Now who clean beaches, pa beach na and the place is so neat and the water is so you see the sea even at the shore is blue. The other boy blue. And you look at this. Now what this I saying, you know, why are we in poverty? If Caribbean countries could turn just seashore into billions of dollars. Na ye tiade we hu. Na ye to be fanya he. Ye tiana se kaswa traffic wo. Meanwhile, water transporter from Jamestown to all from Teshi to Jamestown, ufu boat at 10 minutes ubedu kaswa. And so you be jina kaswa kwanzo for hours traffic. And nobody is thinking about water transport, proper establishment of water transport in Ghana. Because Eponufin, Jamestown, all the way to Kaswa, to Winnipeg, Epunkwana, Onamso. And Tisanka, Yehusa traffic or Quanswa. Sika ye kasi ye di ye kwen de kwe quantity ye nyansa bi abo bi adwene mo say ye to me create just a small water transport institution system and all the traffic on the road, a lot of them will be out because say many pon we adwuma na meti Winnipeg na me no say me fence you so 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe we need bar. I don't know what requires taking me 45 minutes or 1 hour. Why would I do it?
Politicians are not interested in solving our problem.
I don't know,
they attempt solving our problem. Such now party way by and I'm my way.
Okay, so
and clearly no when you punu kekewu. Now imagine the largest man-made lake in the world, Volta River. And if we are to exploit say the ensure you better build it on my way with just revenue from what we can do with water bodies in Ghana. Ghana can be like Dubai just with revenue from what we do at our beaches, seafront and riverfront. If we have people sit down and plan, now say you to me plan, for the Caribbean,
okay, so you share common as a proper some few messages been afi. Yeah, share common as this is from Nana Ponsabidia. Merry Christmas to you and your team. We are unable to convert the Keta Beach to a holiday destination because we are busily doing MPP and DC politics in Ghana. And kindly extend my well wishes to my senior brother, Kankam. Tell him all is well. So Nanam Ponsa Bidia Kone Dewe Ede Abba. And somebody reminds me that Mr. Kojo Debra Finn, a former managing director, electricity company of Ghana, former director of engineering, F. Malawi Engineering, is no more. On the 31st of January 2024, our Lashibi funeral home, Lashibi. So the attire is black and red, and we wish the family, the late Mr. Kojo Debra Finn, we wish him well. Yakosun Kukrana, yes, Ede Etumusu. Okay, so you're back. Maybe we'll jump into 2024 quickly and come back to 2023 to wrap up. 2024, I mean, starting with the mindset as journalists, an election year. A very key role that we are playing in this 2024 elections, Eba. What are some of the things we as journalists, we are expected to do? And then what we are also expecting the relevant bodies and agencies now Bato Etimaya Pampe, i.e. political parties, i.e. the security agencies, i.e. the Electoral Commission, and then finally journalists and citizens. What role are they say Emunina Ubiaye Kopim said December Nyamedi Becheya. So as we enter, the mindset is that it's an election year and there's a task ahead. Every Ghanaian, especially those notable agencies and as personalities are media tuja, the role of all of us in 2024. Mama shall say with you, Elvis.
Well, in fact, about what the DBA may say in the 4 years calendar of Oman Ghana, no, Adia Esumbo Pai Abato. The Anti-American answer say, Kotuaba, Kuyi, Ekua, Ombabedi or Minuso. Na Ekuna Ayedi or Mine Shannon. Or many resources in the shares our government in Insa. Say, O Nuzunu were quite a bit mine. And there's a yen destiny, Eddie Akoshe, a cool being some say, Ghana Yanani, the Ghana one in idea Shemusem, more manage my Namoma mining ye. And they say, Yakotua Bana, the Equaco Yeni, I saw to Musa a very important exerciser in 4 years, na idea, a sumbusin bibia. And they say, Abato biano, I say, ma yenina mema yenim enku abato. Na send ya obisa enough. I think say 2024 abato no number 1. Security be very very important. And say security agencies no. I saw almost 30 ebisa almost say what are they going to do to make sure say 2024 abato no. DC 2020 no. Yeshuri nipa ngotwe ewa abatu omu den na betumi aye amasa ade no ebinsi biom me gidi pa se eyade hu hia me nyi ni se beto aba ese moja ehwegu ewa abatu omu abatu ya adwenkyere and I think say very important say security agencies betena say aka say 2020 no nia maybe esi eba ne se na esi e den na betumi aye ede esi ano eniamo betumi ede esi nye just about say omudi etuoni nyamaba ko jina ballot box ho also important so we say the kind of interactions are omoni the main stakeholders of an election, which is the political parties ebenya ena omoni encentrate juma no enkita hodie omobenya mbetumi a chire Ghana fuo mu say abato ye koi se bekoyi a jina Ghana fuo so na se mumu ba ehye ebeye ewo polling station nie ye mpese obi beba na hye a security aye no obi enfa nye juma. Sometimes no say otumi chire nkrofo no omoti ase say the rules of engagement enia enom be diso but say yantumi amasa entiase no ankwa emwa sanso no money political leaders so omotumi kasa because say an kasa na won from mu no enye kasa papa obi be kasa ye de aka party for say mu kwa mumfa ejan ni sikan hye menyi ni say ye kasa papa enye ye ntwen enye say ye twen ma abato adu ansana ya plan say be yes an yama no kasa nyina no very important say security agencies no will begin a serious engagement with leaders of some political parties. That kind of engagement no I believe say parties no get the assurances no mo anamonto we ni we never make sure say elections no obi entumi fa etutu asemo nko ho a sa adwene wo mutum say omuso omankasa omu akudie beko no omeye from mutum. And very important security both for ordinary Ghanaians and especially parties or leaders, the kind of engagement or many security agencies being continuously to the election day no ebeboa. Into middle bisami anka sebe yanka the joint election task force now juma on election time no means that they have to constitute it now. The right January not that joint security task force has started juma. Then at least every month ending no many political parties be share now discuss security issues now parties no catch omo fears about what they think might happen in terms of security now omo assurance so share omo here to make sure said nyama omo esusu ebesi no AC me this is very very important because I think say the election for 2024 no say be why say yedi yadwene pan e bibia kohwa it should be the issue of security assurances and the me no me prefer pass the security assurances ebeye ejuma. Number 2 media yes am true for so ye ejuma ye and yes say ma kwan ma manfo be make that kind of inflammatory comments the fact so be a cast and be the nchire say fatudwa ye your mind so obi ka bibi na hu say ade we ni pay ken ebe to me e the assembly abagana me pamucho ye nyina ye use that kind of discretion say ye bema all the parties the opportunities to say the things they want to say but so amko kan ye be na me say we dey enfane kwan mu a ye be blacklist that kind of statements and comment abato na ye kono e adwenkyere ye pese ye to abama party oba obetumi de Ghana fa e kwan bi so a ye nyina ehu be hinhan ye o mayini se me kinkan questions am for their enemy me better na my kaka say me social media Facebook ni was am say na man for say ye ba ha dey na person ye ka and some am for their enemy wa ha no enya sem ketwa more than 50 issues am person address bebre kwa now these are the issues that me my drink na me say and no say media no ye dey ye ndwene ho because when they are there Ghana for person ye dey o man eye mo and say to me the adwene mo koniama amanfo no pese aban a yebeto abama na obeba no obeya ama omo no eno no ebeboa dancing say amanfo be meki kasa bia ehonte a just say amanfo bufu kacha amanfo so mo konye etoto asem no me ngindi say ade say media soso ba ye soso dia and there ye be create problem it me media pa there we should use our own self discretion who say enya man here amanfo ekro we mu no enye say obi first kan call voting center obi say ye betro BEC yes say be 5 subject we teacher new but ye nchire omo which of the subject 5 subject kola no betro me wa junu kola no betro exam en no person obi so person say SS placement here be afi yankoye because students need do ho a omo so mo anchu school no so ye de omo atom say dey we see anu maybe but this year people complain about it also person say e ba na saying obi say on tia say president Akufo-Addo after no onye me na any major reshuffle or person man penye resha for yen bisa no mano obi senia health workers ekwa brochire basa no onye di se be bo man no enti yen ka kire aban say onye bibi fa health workers aketua ho senia se no mu ne adwane kwa brochire no ye betumi eden o man betumi asia no obi say ejuma youth unemployment a threat to the nation. Enti yentumi ka youth unemployment wa kwan be so na be fa ye be create job say na yake say investment akese ba beachfront development na amafo enye adwuma anka youth unemployment be there e be come from. These are the issues people want us to talk about. Enti no, it's not about say we per se ye ko to trust 70 saniama no election year no ye won say to trust 70 for the pan ko be bia uhun Liberia wo Sierra Leone wo e bi hu ye but we video chen bo say na there two nipa that na unka say obi nkoye to trust him enti me gidi say esem to aduma no say elections no so be ko yie pa ejina so the kind of discussion issue say be focus on e be man nipa no so attention be hu say oh so man Ghana be ko animu a say the far na e be yie enti me ntna ho na e ma politicians ni end dictate the pace for us as the media. Or because some inflammatory comment the following day will be now 1 week na discussion will be inflammatory comment instead of say they can say oh issues we were how do we do identity at all nyejuma identity na we nyejuma why can't we talk about these issues and the majority of media and we also have to set an agenda for ourselves and the election coverage in the media and I mean I've always held on to this idea I say Ghana soon and covering elections is very difficult because you need people all over the country. It's here to me, people all over the country. Today, I'm decided the election. Election, can't we do a media consortium? Say all the media house in Ghana has made that we agree. Any one consortium say journalists will or a Juma will find about on cover. We have a platform. All information will be there. In a special interview, they are different. But the coverage of what is happening in every place, no, can't we also have a consortium of coverage for elections? Like almost everywhere in Ghana, no, whichever information is available is on a platform and media created for themselves, so that there'll be more information in the system. Sometimes MBC will baby, and it's only one media house and a reporting. Sometimes MBC will baby, the media house will be anyhow. It will take Obi or no say we next and we'll be the question be say so. Journalistic can say to me bisa was oh they be media me hu I think say it affects also the way we cover elections in Ghana. We are not able to really cover the entire ban say name is kasem to deploy that number of people across 275 constituencies now because say bia even outside the constituency we person call certain electoral areas and then the factor is kasem. To me suggestion is say as media no I say you doing hu GJ Print Park everybody media foundation yes to adjoining now for election coverage no can we do some form of consortium that a lot of information will be made available on a particular platform? Just make use of whatever resources we have to human personnel all media houses and assign them to various places so that we can all get a lot of information. I believe say sometimes there is people feel say there's no media spotlight until they can do the omope. But I believe that one of the reasons if the media spotlight is bigger, people say man, media no better and then exposing me.
All right. But that's it. And sana can come back Larry with my can come back unim say na escape ye. When you are from Print Park, is that correct? Hey Larry, the best news content for content. So Papa. We have to appreciate him and thank God for that acknowledgement. Obedi but on the mature oyedi the correlations in team no. Onu kwa sa so kasa pe bon say Facebook comments no. Kagam 2024. Yeah.
And it's all about elections 2024.
Exactly.
Yeah, Mr. Since Oman Ghana, they decided to say charted this path, and I mean this dispensation. Give and take. So next year, but now year 12 bar. Let me say the two major political parties. They will be on your 16. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Of 2 terms each.
Yeah.
So it's 32.
Yeah, record-breaking election.
Yeah. Yes. And this is the first time we have a city vice president who emerge the standard bearer of a party to contest a former president. And what I would expect from those of us in the media and some critical institutions, both state and non-state actors, should interrogate will be that of what? Records. One, we'll compare records and also look critically at your manifesto, what you are bringing on board. Let me say, there's been this talk of the NDPC coming out with some 40-year development plan, and also the suggestion that political parties should tailor their manifesto to that of the national agenda. Fine. So, yes, as citizens, let's look at what they are bringing on board. It shouldn't be the usual talk show and promises galore that they will end up not even delivering quota. Because in prep, you know, Obana Beka, na meye way, and I may restore way, and I may restore way. Now Obana one restore.
Consequences.
The consequences. And you see, all those issues about in the build up to some of the elections, promises are they made these two major political parties lead spokespersons make it to these teacher training colleges, nursing training colleges, and then Omatimia deliver. Look at the mass exodus. Now we are what? We are exporting fine brains up there. So I support the angle said they should be they should look at the conditions prevalent in the health sector. Now you see, as for the media, ni Elvis Akano, what the addition to me. So some stations have almost regime change stations for. And so instead of them interrogating issues and educating the public as to decisions to be made, you know, because orientation is why now 8 years, why 8 years but you see, I think the bigger picture should be about Mother Ghana and how we want the citizenry and who are finding it difficult. This is smash. Let me tell you, to be frank, people are finding it difficult to put body and soul together. But that's what I'm I know the number, of course, those at least who you are privileged with a positions in tea. Cause na bani momo mu yani nyame ada roma media minim because me sa momo no minim ye me brasini
or the name of me ye
excuse manye ye
momo my yellow. That should tell you that it should go beyond the normal rhetoric of promises galore and to what actualization, what you'll be able to do. Don't come and promise us knowing very well say you cannot deliver. Because sometimes so the media houses, yes, we shouldn't give our platforms to people, especially some political activists who will throw all cautions to the wind and to engage in those inflammatory and nation-wrecking comments that has the potential to disturb the peace and security of this country. And so to the media houses, yes, some people also feel, and it's a tried knowledge. Some media houses, you see, you ask yourself, can't we criticize or comment on the same issues without insulting necessarily? And that is why sometimes I don't tune in, because it's all about insult. And people will call, and a radio station, I think that the media houses also have their rules and regulations, also anchored on the code and ethics of the practice. So yes, they should be looking at that. So and you see, you create a platform for people. They will come to insult. Insult our leaders, both right, center. You cannot insult so sometimes obi beba no I did former president attempt, no I did former way attempt, no I did sitting president. Now unya sa mpenimfo wo bushama anga wompe. I think we can criticize them constructively when something is wrong, like Yerakeno Foriata says, something didn't matter. Mrs. Sani haircut now, no, why engage into 1 year? And you see, one fact was one ni colleague minister. That is the word, the attorney general. Because at the time you wrote to the attorney general seeking his advice, they were saying, no, one train before I let Tanibekono, now one started the implementation of the that domestic debt exchange policy. So these are issues. So we must criticize them constructively and let them know. The media houses, I have always maintained this position, sir. And year through NDPC, we get these manifestos earlier, right? So that as media, no, we examine it. Now, educated. So now you have been doing it. I mean, you and your sister stations and a couple of them. Now, my educated Ghana Force Education. This is the policy. Now, my be a spokesperson from MPP, NDC, various political parties. These are your policy on education. This is what you intend to do. Please explain and put them to that litmus test whether they will be able to explain. So at the end of the day, so I me explain here. So when we say, you know, more can say, that's not more person true. So I think it's very important. Going to the elections, you know, one critical institution is the elections management body, and that is the EC. And this is just to a little advice. This election, the stakes will be high. Right? 2024. Very high. Say I can say 16-16. Record. Into the elections management body, and I mean the electoral commission of this country, should engage in activities. The two major political parties, they be a more problem. At the point in time, the NDC had to walk out of IPAC. Today, NDC are returned, are signaling say they will go back to IPAC, and I think that is healthy, so that I dream be say, as I say, Udima easy to enrich this election process. Now they are mamo. So I want them to also engage in activities that will to win back the confidence and the trust of these political parties. Security, yes. I think, sir, as enough, the police presence was okay. Now it will be a new polling station to scare people in as if, but we should beef up security. And no, one of my lecturer who has been who is an authority in security issues, and now I can say the issue of involving the military in election-related activities on support, and that. If you are talking about security or elections, it should be the preserve of the word. It's an internal security, so the police and other sister security agencies, they can manage it. Because the moment people
see
military presence, as if say party and normally it's about the incumbent party, and intimidate and so in order to meet them, na party militia for any vigilante for so no sorry. So yes, security arrangement. I think that they contribute. We shouldn't engage in let me say Niema na Kasa that would dampen the spirit of the security agents, particularly the Ghana Police Service, who are clothed with a mandate to maintain peace, law and order. And I must say, yes, the police administration, yes, and so yes, elections. I think that on the part of elections, I think the manifesto is a critical document for assessment. And Omahine, Samunya manifesto na mube slipe. Just to read. Say a mube no ama Ghana for atias.
Be serialize it.
Serialize it. And this is a call we are making to them. They should give us they should present the manifesto. Say, where we are my idea. Where we are my idea. No, present your ideas. The manifesto virtually is your what? Your policies, programs that you want to implement. So give us those policies and programs. Let's interrogate them.
All right.
You see, say, Masa ebe boa Ghana impuntuana.
Okay.
So that is it.
That's it. Kwesini Klote. Some of your colleagues journalists take 6 months visa and never return to Ghana. In the Exodus, no can necessarily also draw attention. Emmanuel,
to conclude, you know, when you pick, because when you pick our national security strategy document of 2020, when you read it, some of the domestic threats I am said document and identify is what? This political violence. As for the youth bulge, I'm saying so you see the political violence, it will start when the two major political parties they have issues with the what? The electoral system, or they have that belief say there is something untoward going between the incumbent party and the opposition. So the trust level, and that is why I think say in all this, the Electoral Commission of Ghana has a critical role to play. Okay,
so Larry, but final one was Emmanuel Adebuatin say journalists were at the coalition center, but when the NDC protested that the election was rigged, they joined the bandwagon without telling the citizens the truth. Or the Abanti. Obia de my ye too no maxes of the count. Ye visa 6 months sawa yen ye kono. Ye tie cannesses for the
we have a role to play. And
Richie lies the national manifesto is what Ghanaians want, so that any government can follow without fake promises. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Larry. What
first of all, I think everything can come about the election and how we should approach it. But I would like to add, we should listen to ourselves more and more, okay, as we approach 2024. Because here, like Ankam rightly pointed out, the stakes are very high. NDC has been in opposition for how many years? 8 years. MPP has ruled for 8 years.
Almost.
Exactly. MPP is promising to break the 8. Sorry, it's not promising.
They are sure.
They are sure, or has vowed
to break the 8.
To break the 8.
They know.
It is promising. They are just making the promise.
No,
they aspire.
They are.
NDC is bent on also not allowing that.
The first word is the right one. They have promised to break the 8.
Let me use this word.
The first one. It was your own words. Just
MPP has promised to break the 8. NDC, they are not having any of that because it's almost a chroma heading. Okay, and true, people can make ends meet. Going to hospital is becoming even an issue for everybody, despite your friends saying national health insurance here and there. I mean, we all know what the status of that is. Okay, and school fees, if you are the invested there, Bobo, I mean, at least they said free SHS. But free SHS, I mean, we can put all that into a very strong analysis to see whether or not it's indeed free, or family members or parents have had to go into wherever it is and then look for money to come and support whatever it is that the state is supposedly offering. And see, we are back to that point where 8 years, and then people are now at a crossroad as to where they want to go, whether they want to vote for NDC or to maintain the MPP in office. So the stakes are really, 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 really high, and we cannot afford to fail, with the citizens. By we, I mean we as media people, okay, we should be in a position to give the people, present them all the alternatives, ask the right questions from the politicians, and answer the policy makers who are boasting, say they can do A, B, C, D. Okay, so we take that and then present it to the people, ask the right questions. If the things are not being clearly defined, we are allowed to do interpretative journalism to tell the people that, listen, this is what the person is promising. Are you with it? So that by the day you walk into the ballot box, you are clear in your mind as to what exactly you want to, who you want to vote for and why. Okay? Again, and so, like he said, the manifesto will be key. People wait, some parties wait until
3 weeks. 3 weeks to election
before they release their manifesto. Because then they say that they are not doing it because it's a constitutional requirement on them. So they are not doing it because they really wanted to aid the narrative, backing whatever promises that they are making and answer the policies that they want to roll out for the next 4 years. But they are doing it because it's a constitutional requirement. I think that we need to move away from that more and more to be on the side of the people. Okay, and we journalists must ask the right questions. Saying this, let me point out something clearly on my end. This is the first time I'm going to do this. See, NDC doesn't call me Larry Dogwe, and I don't think calls can come and sit us down and say, do you know something? This is what we are going to roll out, and then listen to us and package it, put it in a journalistic language and present it to the people. NDC doesn't do that because they believe that they have the men, they have the good communicators, they have the guys who are razor sharp, have razor sharp tongue that they can go out there and then whatever they pick, they can present it to people. Because that is what the party believes. You can't fault them. They believe that. Now, if I, out of my training, okay, and my practice for how many years? When were we in GIJ?
2002.
I left 2002 or 2003.
You left 2003.
I left 2003 and he left 2004. So how many years into journalism? And baby Kwanka, yes, senior journalist.
Who is senior?
What are you trying to say?
That's senior, but I know I'm a senior there.
Yes. Who is senior journalist?
So, but I mean, it's something where they don't. But just pick whatever it is and subject it to your own interpretation. Ask the right question, package it, polish it, present it to the people. And where it doesn't sit well with them, you get them screaming. Those who can scream, they can scream.
You and calling you all names.
Yeah, those who call you names.
Yes,
those who call you names, they will call you names. Those who say you are working for somebody, they are also there. Those who say you have been bought, they are also there. Do you understand? And so I think they need to engage more and more. NDC's communication goes beyond what's his name? Sami Jefi. If you are in opposition, you need to be seen winning souls like Christ promised his disciples. Just follow me and I'll make you fishers of men.
And communicators must sound very melodic.
You need to, you need to be seen winning souls for your party when you are in opposition. And you need to do all the legwork. Don't be throwing words. Convince people. Engage them. Nipa, speak to heart communication. You get it? See, like he said, when I was going to say, we have friends saying GIJ, I didn't know any political party. My parents, I expressed the desire to go to journalism school or become a journalist. Yeah. They wanted me to become a teacher, actually, like Omai. They wanted me to become a teacher like you.
Which is a very good one.
But
very.
Yeah, but then I opted
teaching is a noble profession.
I opted to be I opted to be a journalist. Okay, and then so I had been in this space, worked for Network Herald. I don't know why he kept referring to today's Herald as Network. So work for Network Herald for Marcus Omelo, Elvis Kwashi the late.
Yeah.
Elvis Kwashi the late, and then after that I joined Raymond Acha. Okay, on Enquara. Okay.
It's gone wrong.
And then I had to set up the Herald, and we've been
using
here.
his own resources.
Okay, so for the last 13 years or more, we have been managing the Herald. 13 years. 13 years. We've been managing the Herald, and we can do it more. And so, listen, I take it or leave it. I'm a professional journalist. If you have a communication problem and you present it to me, if I have an idea, I'll give you. If I don't have it, I'll tell you I don't have it. So if you are a party and you feel that just marketing yourself within your own, cubicle is enough, I can help you. You can consider me guilty by tribe. But listen, whether I'm guilty by tribe or not, engage me. If you don't engage me, there's no way I could help. This thing about, godfathers trying to own you, and then this person doing this person. Listen, they don't talk to me. I don't think they talk to him, can come.
No. I'm to him.
They have the people they talk to. They are people they believe in. And those are the people they deploy every time. And so if I go pick up your statement and I analyze it, I call you, you don't pick your phone. Or you decide when you have to respond to a particular thing, get back to me. My newspaper can't wait for you. The journalist can't wait for you to tomorrow. You get it? So you are going to 2024
with what we have.
Make room and engage people. Talk to people. Today you are meeting drivers. The next day you are meeting banku sellers. The following day you are meeting kebab sellers. Another time you are meeting your friends fishmongers. If you don't engage the journalists, bro, nobody can help. Nobody can help. You need to engage to sell your ideas. Let people buy into it. And this goes for both parties. And MPP is fond of, throwing jabs, and you are this, you are that, you are that, you are that. Listen, the few of them who have tried to engage, they know
rational.
Yeah, some of them
they know what we are made up of.
They know what you can be
independent guys who are running.
Listen, Kankam sits here. He has about 3 or 4 masters. I think he's on the 5th one, if you like. Ask him.
We know
Security, public administration, all that, and so on. So on your, let's say,
every day,
he's added value to himself.
Yeah. Because
do you understand? He's added value to himself. See, after GIJ, it took me some years, and then I found my way to GIMPA. Then I did public administration. After public administration, I did international relations and so on and so forth. So, I mean, I'm Macrano. I have some elementary appreciation of, I mean, certain things around the international way. Do you understand? But if you consider me a non-entity, bro, we'll play your game. Do you get it? And so the parties should engage more and more. Don't take somebody's word to define Kankam or Elvis or even you or Mahini. Walk in and engage on Mahini on your own terms. And I think that you will see the gem that he's made up of, rather than sitting somewhere and depending on the person's approach, then the word the person takes out is that, oh, Mahini, oh, he is arrogant, he is this, is that, is that. But when you walk in, you see a different Mahini. Maybe that day, for instance, something has smiled at him, so he's in a better mood to engage you. Engage the person on your terms. So get the person to appreciate your policy. Let him trumpet it out there. Omayini is a voter. I mean, he has other dependents who are also voters, and so they could also, appreciate his word when it comes to decision making when that day comes. So as media people, that. Now, as security people, I will take it from as security people, we know that most of these guys are appointees of government. OTS here. If you are the leader, you are IGP and all that, divisional heads and asset directors in charge of various units and so on. You are a government appointee. Now, being there means sometimes some people are easily carried away by virtue of who appointed them. Okay. No, sir, at the end of the day, where you are not serving the, even though a government, somebody appointed you, no, you are not there. That is not the person who pays you. It is the taxpayers' money that pays you. And so whatever you are doing, you are working in the interest of Ghanaians. It is said, sir, listen, a military that turns the gun on its citizens, okay, it is not worth a military having. So you are a soldier, a general, you know, all that. And then instead of using the gun that the taxpayer paid for to by way of his own protection, you are rather using that gun to kill the people. And I'm saying this reference to the 2020 election where 8 people died. No investigation whatsoever. Who shot whom, we don't know. Whether it was a police gun or a military gun and so on. Nobody has come out to tell us anything. We don't live in a country like that, where there's no accountability in any shape or form. I think, sir, on that particular score, I think that the military did not do very well. Okay? I mean, for any election, I recall President Akufo-Addo telling us, listen, over his dead body would any blood be spilled. I recall the late President Atame saying that many times. President Mahama has also said that a few times. But to a point where we had 8 people go into their grave, including children, because an election has been held, for me, it doesn't sit well with me. And the fact that we did not investigate to name and shame means, say, listen, it could happen again.
Because how you find a solution to what happened and you appeal?
No, it's not.
No, because the last time we had a briefing from the CID was that they were they still investigating.
It's 4 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So one of the guys who they said was working at the Flagstaff House was put on trial. I think he went to court about 2 or 3 times, and then that was the end of it. Nobody heard about it.
So as a country, we should
approach to these things.
No. As a country, we shouldn't replace national security with regime security. And the 2 major political parties,
they are at fault.
They are culpable.
And you know, we should take a cue from what happened at Ayawaso. And says, listen, Ayawaso, a whole commission was, a commission of inquiry was set up. What came after that? What didn't come after that? What the recommendations were, and whether or not they were implemented by the government, nobody knows. Where it is now. And shortly after that, then we went into 2020 election and see what happened.
So you're not careful.
You're not careful because the stakes are high. We can't take things for granted. Breaking the 8 years in opposition, if you don't win, the party could collapse. People have various disposition towards the election. Enough form. Let's face it.
If you and I also so person. Me know I am appointment to regime BMW. Say it.
Enough form.
Say you may away. Say you may why to how many years?
Yeah, 25.
The last time you went to memory.
Having talked about security people and the fact that they should be bold enough and say, listen, my friend, what you are doing is not proper. These are the rules. We are armed with the rules. So ensure that the level, everything, whatever we were told that is going to happen, happens over the and clean. So we won't allow you to come and do this. Nobody will be allowed to do this. Everything must go according to plan. That is what a security person is supposed to do, because then he is minded by the security of the state, his own personal security, his family's security, and other people's security, and not just the fact that somebody had appointed him, and so he is going to do the person's bidding. We can't do that.
Okay.
Having said that, finally, see, the EC must listen.
Electoral Commission.
Yes, they must listen. We all know the circumstance under which Jane Mensah became your friend saying commissioner.
The circumstance,
we all know the circumstance under which Bossman Asari
Papa.
Oh, maybe I'm not. I'm not going into the way a friend saying the circumstances, but the fact that Charlotte Osei was removed.
Okay,
Yes,
a certain process.
The processes and so on that they became, and so there is this feeling also. Say, listen, Obiaya me papa, and Timisume also me papa. You don't do that. Listen to the people. Open the avenues of iPad. Is it iPad or iPad? Sorry, iPad. Sorry for iPad. So open the avenues, open the window, open the doors. Let the people vent their spleen. But at the end of the day, let reason prevail amongst all the people. And saying this, I think the NDC's recent return to the iPad was long overdue. You are going to play football. Huh? Okay? You are going to play football at Accra Sports Stadium. The other team is on the field. The referee is also there. Now, Ojina, we a friend say, touchline.
Stands on them.
Oh, Independence Square. And now
tell them they should ventilate whatever concern they have at IPAC. They shouldn't come and tell us. We Ghanaians, we don't need it. They should say it at IPAC. Whatever concern. Some of the paper be by. Say these are Nyama bi omufe say electoral commission omoya
omiko peace council
into wo yes paper na ba ya mo be catch the media for no yeah na be implement it. You see why they don't get their priorities right.
So you can't allow that to fester any further. The election is just days away, if you like.
Don't you mean could Independence Square?
Don't you mean continue Independence Square? Now he came say, hey, you don't do that. You have to walk into the field. Exactly. do you get it? So I think it's good they have returned. It's good they want to be active participants, because at the end of the day, the leadership of NDC is not working it's not working for itself. It's working for and on behalf of Ghanaians and giving Ghanaians alternatives, to the MPP. So you need to be in the field and to determine how unfair the referee has become.
Okay,
and talking about how unfair the referee. Listen, the referees claim said they don't want to do indelible ink. That is a recipe for chaos and disaster or a crisis.
I'm sure so by now the more retreating.
I think that they are going to do that.
Nobody. Listen, how many times biometric machines have been failed? Okay? To Obino, onimnia, your friends, or the Sasha ink noma. That means watu Senisa any ink noma onto abade.
Policies are subject to review.
Oh no, I mean this review there, Charlie. Listen, this review.
That is why they must go and iron all these issues at IPAC. That is why NDC's return to IPAC is good.
Yeah, but
they shouldn't come and tell us
the return. Also, they should listen.
Oh no, that is why
listen to each other.
We are also part of the non-state actors that must help in this process, this dispensation. So. Yes, aside the political parties.
And for NDC to make the election also free and fair, they should also do well and collate their results as quickly as possible.
Not being during type of internet.
Do you understand? So that you see, I mean, I don't know how the MPP is able to do it. But to a point where they said they received results even way before answer na abano cry at all. For MPP for me. But maybe the NDC should also learn that.
Well, lawyer Edudi Chamaklo.
Yes.
Yebusan was na kumawudi mo anya de kromo ntima calculate was ento wada. So when we went to Asinos, they were the first to put out. And yes, back in be cool to know. I said, say then when issue blew about you are not bothered about it.
Listen, we should all help ourselves. So they should also put in place a very strong mechanism that we collect these results. So that there's always some people do way back. Now also why you now obia any other home. What you say? But if you wait until at the end you the file and this way and you win at the end, and then where is your numbers? Also, we are not here to show numbers. Listen, I mean you are taking us for granted.
Dr. Kabila said assessing manifestos will require capacity and technical expertise beyond being merely and in quote, media. So I am seeking to assess manifestos professionally. The media should first begin to build capacity and expertise by locating experts as well as developing internal capacities.
Yes.
There cannot be a national manifesto under constitutional dispensation that hinges on and guarantees multi-party politics or competition. What we need is fidelity to commitments, especially in our constitution, 1992 constitution. It means.
Let me say something. See, very often, Kabila is my friend, but there's this feeling within the Ghanaian public, say media houses or the people there are daft. Wait. And so then they say, oh, build capacity, do this, do that. I have just told you there are a lot of capacity.
Because you've not put out
exactly. Because you are not seeing people singing.
With the issue
to numbers, I get shocked.
With the issues Carla is raising. We may have capacity in the media, but you can't tell me that a manifesto that says that
I'm going to
do free SHS. I cannot question what the modality, where will the money come from. What?
I'll cancel license.
Thank you.
247 engagement.
Yes. Who said that we cannot question that? Manifesto actually spells out everything. In fact, who is the one who actually makes politicians what about their manifestos? Yeah. It's the media that asks them questions. What do you intend to do? How do you intend to do this? Where will you get the money? How will it be done? Is it government or private sector? It's the media that asks all these questions before the politician realize that no, the media can be more effective and scrutinize their manifesto. So this is not something to say we are going to build a skyscraper. The political party has written that we will say we will do this, and they have explained how they want to do it. The media reads what they have written, and the media thinks that there are loopholes in what they are promising.
But he comes back to challenge. The questions. He comes back to challenge us again.
Let it come. Let it come so that we talk about it. No. You see, listen.
It says assessment goes beyond questions.
Yeah. It's question not part of an assessment. No, it's question not part of that assessment. Is that saying that question not part of assessment?
Doc is just trying to give us some of his dissertation.
UCC.
Oh, really?
We are not, as I said, the media has admitted that they have capacity issues. But you see, there is no doubt. Nobody should create the impression that
it is not entirely correct. To some extent, we are.
To some extent,
yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. The point is that when we get assessment of a manifesto, please, we are not the one writing it for them. They have written their thing. We are reading and asking questions that this thing that you want to do.
Yes.
Okay. How do you intend to do it? When are you going to get the money? Right now we are in an economic crisis, right? We are entering 2024 and the economy is still in crisis. If someone comes to promise us that he's going to do a project worth 10 billion, you are telling me that I cannot ask the person that 10 billion project you want to do, where is the source of the money? Because we know our source of revenue. And we know that the entire taxes we collect in this country goes to pay for only 3 things. And that, are we going back to a borrowing spree for you to be able to do that? You mean that we don't know the financial capacity of this country as we speak, and that we cannot question a party and say like this 10 billion project you can't find the money because A, B, C, this is not possible. Please, we are not saying that we know it all, but truth of the matter is that the media can ask a lot of questions and can assess some of this matters to a certain extent, and we also know that we are supposed to make the platform available to experts. So when it gets to where we know that we need the expert view, we bring them on board.
Oh my, Stephen Saka. BBC. And he's a journalist, isn't it?
Exactly.
Was it not the one who asked Nana Akufo-Addo where he was going to get the resources from to fund free SHS? And what was his response?
He gets to Ghana.
Is it when he gets to Ghana?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You deal with us.
Yes. I mean, if a journalist.
No, he makes the case that the Ghanaian media. Yes. So it means that he's saying that if you say BBC, you have vindicating that for them, they have capacity. But I can tell you that, the questions media asks in this country every day, that's what is making people know that there's loopholes in this or there's loopholes in that.
Yes.
That is the issue.
Yes.
So it should not be created like we cannot question manifesto, we cannot assess manifesto.
Sefa Kaye's program all the time. And whether or not Sefa Kaye is asking the right questions or probing whatever thing he goes to say there, it's everybody, those of us who listen to him or to them.
Do our own assessment.
We know our assessment. But I say, Kwame,
you have discharged yourself.
I've listened to Kwame interview people before and lock them out because then they couldn't they couldn't speak to their own way, their own policies or whatever opinions they came to channel.
So let's interrogate them on the policies that they want to implement.
Goes there,
so it's not an issue of capacity.
Capacity
of the media is top notch. They should avail themselves with their manifesto and let's interrogate it. When you come and put, as a student of security, come and put your document here, I will assess it. I will assess it. You understand? I will assess it. So,
you don't assume, say, listen, we
apology.
Yeah,
as we speak,
well, I'm just trying to go through the NPP and NDC manifesto.
Yeah.
So that I will understand, Doc, from the angle of technical expertise.
What technical expertise? As we speak, we've not access to the capital market. Okay, so we know that we cannot get any borrowing from the capital market. We know what the World IMF says that we should do. We know the status of our economy.
Dr. Chena Jukakra. No,
we not disagree with him. We just want him to know that
we have what it takes.
Media also have some level of expertise to question some of these things. But if you make it blanket that the media lack capacity to question, it's also not accurate.
Is it to say that it's only the MPs, the ministers of state, or more capacity? But we sit in the same lecture theater, and they know the stuff we are made up.
No, Doctor, the doctor.
Doctor say,
meaning the entire
he made a blanket statement that
this has been a perception,
It is beyond a certain level.
Well, but the truth is,
something beyond a certain level.
Don't justify it.
You know, me person man, he cry. I don't get attention.
No, he's our friend.
No. Oh, doctor, doctor.
Okay.
Well, if you sit where you sit,
yeah,
we're a member of parliament, or whatever position,
we're a minister.
You know, clearly. Who minister and no member of parliament? Unim say no in United States lecture. If I had that bed back, I mean that you first degree, second degree, in your masters. You will want to cram maybe more to also yellow as be sharp brain in the media. What we have also done is that normally we don't put out unless you shift from a human and say, technical head
engineer.
You know,
so that mistake said media lack capacity. You can say to a certain extent.
Yeah, that's what I can.
But a certain extent, what I'm making, a brains to plan how to convert Keta to Azim seashore into a revenue generating industry for Ghana. That one we say, this one, it needs people who have a certain level of knowledge in that field, and we need those experts to come and plan it for us and give us the plan to do it.
Okay,
it's different from Obiacho in the manifesto. Say, for instance,
because
free SHS.
Because Galamsey wo free SHS wo and afi omani masetna nankasa e wo
and say
doctor say don't be surprised when in the next 5 minutes you see Dr. Kabila here because who say jaw
New Year's Day, January 1st, 2024 at 7 p.m. The Legends of Our Life will gather